On July the 21st of 2020, an armed gunman held 13 people hostage on a bus in Ukraine. The gunman had several functioning firearms and grenades and has previously spent around 10 years in prison on convictions of fraud and the illegal handling of weapons. As well as holding hostages, the gunman had claimed that he had placed an explosive device in a public place that could be detonated remotely. The gunman had a list of demands. He wanted senior politicians in Ukraine to publicly state that they are legal terrorists. He also wanted the president of Ukraine to make a video post on Facebook with the words, "Everyone should watch the 2005 film Earthlings." In the end, the president did in fact do this. And as soon as the hostages were released and the gunman surrendered to the authorities, he took the video post down. Animal rights organization Anonymous for the Voiceless made a post on Facebook about the incident, asking for their followers to give their opinions on the matter. The comment section is filled with vegans describing this man as a hero, an inspiration, a pioneer, and making the completely unjustified claim that nobody was hurt. Here are a few of the top comments. Frickin' hero, if you ask me. Very often we criticize other activist efforts because we lack the courage to do something this drastic ourselves. This had 61 upvotes. I'm glad. He has balls and I love it. I'm not sure why that's relevant. We need to force this change.
Okay, what is that moment all about? That was good. That was my favorite one.
This had 61 upvotes. I'm glad. He has balls and I love it. I'm not sure why that's relevant.
I'm not sure why that's relevant. Why having balls is relevant. Right? Clearly, we should all focus on having beyond balls. My beyond balls are tingling just thinking about this.
We need to force this change. It's not going to happen otherwise. It's worked and nobody was harmed. It's a win all round as far as I'm concerned. Certainly a light of hope in the world of darkness of pure living beings, the animals. A success, of course. So I find these comments very concerning and I want to use this video to outline my issues with them and why I don't think that vegans should be holding this view. For those of you who don't know, Earthlings is a film narrated by Joaquin Phoenix.
For those of you who don't know, if you don't know, Earthlings is the most important film ever, and I highly suggest that everybody watch it. So this guy, even though he says he disagrees, right? But it's funny, his expressions, his facial expressions, his tone of voice, the way he's talking about it, it really doesn't seem like he's that. I don't know. It doesn't really seem like he actually wants to denounce this. It seems like he feels like he should denounce this. I don't know. Let's go on. Let's see what else.
It's a documentary that explores humanity's use and abuse of non-humans. It's an extremely powerful film. Anyone who is watching this video who isn't currently living a vegan lifestyle, I urge you to watch it. It's available for free on YouTube, and while it may be unpleasant and emotional at times, it's the sort of film that can change your life forever. And I'm completely aware of how dramatic that will sound, but it's honestly how I feel. So obviously, I'm very passionate about encouraging people to watch this film. But does that mean that
But clearly I'm not as passionate as the gunman. When he says gunman, it sounds like he's almost doing a Freudian slip to say goodman. The goodman. The goodman. The good gunman. The good gunman.
I am happy with the behavior of this man. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. I believe that people should perceive that I'm not supporting this man. So I'm going to feign like I don't like what he just did.
Condemn the despicable behavior of this man, and I feel sorry for the victims and the loved ones of those victims, as well as anyone who has any friends and family who were in the city at the time that the bomb threat was announced. According to the American Psychological Association, hostage survivors can experience stress reactions including denial, impaired memory, shock, numbness, anxiety, guilt, depression, anger, and a sense of helplessness.
Okay, remember, this guy, I edited a clip of him talking about how great the lockdowns are and how not enough people are listening to the good grown-ups at the government and staying at home and wearing their mandatory masks, wearing their face nappies, right? This guy is talking about stress right, after hostage situations, but openly endorses the global hostage situation by governments like the UK government, mandatory lockdowns, mandatory house arrest. That's all cool, but it could be traumatic for these people. Right? It's kind of disingenuous there, kind of a contradictory position, if you ask me. Right? He's cool with everybody being held hostage, mandatory lockdowns. But this situation is just not okay. You guys think he's being genuine? You think he really cares? I'm glad this is probably the only vegan who came out and even talked about the negative effects of this. But let's see how he justifies it. Why is this wrong? Why is this wrong, Humane Hancock? Why should you not take people hostage for the animals? Let's hear it.
Anger and a sense of helplessness. It's worth noting that one of the hostages was pregnant. Stress has been associated with poor birth outcomes, including preterm birth, infant mortality, and low birth weight. I truly hope that these people are able to recover.
Isn't that funny? Because malnutrition is also associated with all those things. Low birth weight, higher mortality, issues, developmental issues. Veganism causes all these things too. But you don't hear them out there white knighting for the children whose parents are putting them on nutrient deficient diets and starving them.
And low birth weight. I truly hope that these people are able to recover from this traumatic experience and that professional support is available to them. I now want to address the comments that suggest that this action was a win for veganism and a win for the animals, because I think there's reason to believe the opposite. What number of people who will watch Earthlings as a result of this act is an empirical question that we do not and probably never will have the data for. But I think we have reason to believe that this kind of behaviour, and I'm not just talking about the behaviour of the gunman, but also the behaviour of the vegans.
So, you guys catch that? Humane Hancock, he says it's maybe justifiable. You might be able to justify it. If lots of people watch Earthlings and go vegan, but maybe it'll have negative effects. So I guess what Humane Hancock is saying is that if this were to directly cause a lot of people to watch Earthlings and then go vegan and never eat meat again, then it would be okay. That's what he said. Let's back this up. Tell me, am I wrong? Am I misinterpreting this?
Stress has been associated with poor birth outcomes, including preterm mortality. To recover from the comments that suggest that this action was a win for veganism and a win for the animals, because I think there's reason to believe the opposite. What number of people who will watch Earthlings as a result of this act is an empirical question that we do not and probably never will have the data for. But I think we have reason to believe that this kind of behaviour, and I'm not just talking about the behaviour of the gunman, but also the behaviour of the vegans publicly supporting holding people at gunpoint, will negatively affect public perception of vegans and therefore slow down the growth of veganism and the promotion of compassion for non-humans. As activists, we're seeking legal rights protecting the well-being of non-human animals. It seems hypocritical to promote this message in a way that breaks laws protecting the well-being of humans. How confusing and alienating must it be for non-vegans to see activists fighting for animal rights while simultaneously dismissing human rights? Most vegans probably understand that while animals are different to us in many ways, we share with them the capacity to suffer. It is inconsistent to respect the lives of non-humans without also respecting humans.
Exactly, which is what I'm always saying. So why aren't you respecting the right of humans to eat their species-appropriate diet, to eat the diet that is going to nourish them, to feed their families, to feed their children? The foods that are going to build a healthy central nervous system, a healthy immune system, the foods that contain all the essential nutrients in their most easily digestible, bioavailable, and assimilable form. Why is it not okay for humans to eat animal foods, but it's okay for animals to eat animals? Why? So, all I'm hearing so far is all that matters is optics, right? It's bad optics. Maybe we shouldn't do this because maybe it'll turn some people off. It just sounds like he half believes it too. Isn't that funny?
While simultaneously, we're seeking legal rights protecting the well-being of non-human animals. It seems hypocritical to promote this message in a way that breaks laws protecting the well-being of humans. How confusing and alienating must it be for non-vegans to see activists fighting for animal rights while simultaneously dismissing human rights? Most vegans probably understand that while animals are different to us in many ways, we share with them the capacity to suffer. It is inconsistent to respect the lives of non-humans without also respecting humans. Another reason why I think what the gunman did was bad for the growth of veganism is because there's evidence suggesting that if a person likes you, they are more likely to be influenced by you. This means that it is potentially vitally important for non-vegans to like us. So we want to avoid coming across as judgmental, aggressive, or nasty, and we should avoid pointing guns in people's faces.
Okay, well, how about you avoid looking and acting like you? Because that makes me not like you. How about you avoid looking like freaking Bambi in a Soy Boy shirt? that makes us not want to listen to you. I don't know. There's something about these vegans' faces that just makes me not want to listen to them. I don't know if it happens when you go vegan, or if it just attracts a certain type of obnoxious. You vegans have stolen my dreams. My childhood. This guy's, he's all about the optics. All that matters is what people perceive, right? So it's not that this is bad, this is morally wrong, terrorism is wrong, terrorizing people, threatening people, and violence is wrong. No, it's a utilitarian stance. All right. Well, maybe this isn't going to be the best thing for our ultimate end goal. That's his stance. I'm not sure what other views this guy holds, but he's really not justifying in this video why somebody shouldn't engage in this behavior. He's just saying, well, we want people to think we're cool. We want people to like us. And so it's a utilitarian message. We should make people think vegans are cool. We should make people like us. So we shouldn't do that. So it's funny. So that's his thing. He wants vegans to be liked. So are you just making this video because you want people to think you're nice? You want people to think that you're not a terrorist, that you're not crazy like that? Is that the only reason you're saying this? Is it just for optics?
The activists fighting for animal rights while simultaneously dismissing human rights. Most vegans probably understand that while animals are different to us in many ways, we share with them the capacity to suffer. It is inconsistent to respect the lives of non-humans without also respecting humans. Another reason why I think what the gunman did was bad for the growth of veganism is because there's evidence suggesting that if a person likes you, they are more likely to be influenced by you. This means that it is potentially vitally important for non-vegans to like us. So we want to avoid coming across as judgmental, aggressive, or nasty. And
we should always show cleavage, right? Like, wear low-cut shirts, like all the ladies, show some titties, right? We want the people to like us, right? We suggest that all women who are vegan activists, slut it up a bit, you know, wear short skirts and, you know, have your titties flopping out a bit. You know, we want people to pay attention to us, to like us.
And we should avoid pointing guns in people's faces. Wow, I never thought I would feel the need to say that. Extreme violent behavior like we have seen in Ukraine is not going to make vegans come across as more likable, quite the opposite. The majority of this community is made up of compassionate people, and the more the general public see that, the better. Research suggests that we are more likely to be persuaded by people we perceive as being similar to us.
So feign empathy, feign that you like humans. Pretend to be one of them, and then they will like you.
You have stolen my childhood.
I love that. You stolen my dreams and my childhood. We got super chats. Our way of life is under direct attack by these people. Our children's future. If you hear Jessica in the background whispering in my ear, feeding me talking points. Jessica says our children's future. So here she is. Look at her. What's she doing right there? We've got Jessica over here spinning wool, right? Look at that. Toxic femininity right there. Providing for her family. working her butt off all day. All right, that wool right there, that fiber right there, that's going to become clothing. That's going to become useful material. If these people want to take away your ability to feed yourself on your own land, you cannot. I repeat, you cannot. It is impossible to feed your own family off of your own land on a plant-based diet, on a vegan diet. As a vegan, you cannot grow and consume all of your own food. It is impossible. Most of the food I ate today was from our own land. Everything I ate yesterday was from our own land. You can't do that with plant foods. You can do that with animal foods. These people are forcing. It's not these people, right? But the big money interests that push these movements for the further consolidation of power, that push the beyond meat, the beyond sausage, the impossible burgers, the lab-grown meat. It's about dependency. It's about control of the food supply. It's about control of resources.
This isn't going to make us seem more relatable. It's going to do the contrary. It seems obvious to me that this kind of behavior makes this individual seem strange and outlandish. And I would suggest that making posts on Facebook publicly supporting holding people at gunpoint makes you sound strange and outlandish too. The truth is that the majority of vegans are just normal people. We are normal people who
we're just normal. We're not crazy. We're not crazy, I swear. We are not crazy. We're just normal people who look like Bambi in a soy boy shirt with glasses on.
Making posts on Facebook publicly supporting holding people at gunpoint makes you sound strange and outlandish too.
But that's the only reason it's wrong, right? Supporting terrorism just makes you seem outlandish. That's what's wrong with it. It makes you seem a little bit kooky. It's all about the seams, right? All right, we see you, Humane Hancock. We can see between the seams. The seams are parting on your facade here, dude. Man, this guy has no moral justification for his position. Cannot justify why he thinks it's bad that they're doing this. Just says, oh, it's bad for optics. It's bad for the optics. Maybe terrorism makes us look bad. But hey, if it gets the job done, is the undercurrent of what he's really saying. And at the unspoken angle that this dude is presenting is, hey, if it works, it works. Right? We want people to we want to make it seem like we're normal people. We don't want to seem like kooks. And that's all that matters to him.
The truth is that the majority of vegans are just normal people. We are normal people who have learned about the suffering endured by non-humans, and we think that the torture and slaughter of these sentient beings should stop. Hence, if we want to effectively reach non-vegans with this message, we should probably make an effort not to be alienating in our approach. Maybe don't point guns at people and don't suggest that pointing guns at people is a good thing to do. Let's try to create a positive perception of vegans. Let's not make posts on Facebook suggesting that it's a good thing to point a gun at someone's face as a method of encouraging behavior change.
This appeal. So maybe he genuinely does, maybe in his heart of hearts, maybe he genuinely does know that this is wrong, this is inherently bad. But it seems to me like he's just saying, oh no, it just seems kind of bad to other people. Let's make ourselves seem nicer.
We think that the torture and slaughter of these sentient beings should stop. Hence, if we want to effectively reach non-vegans with this message, we should probably make an effort not to be alienating in our approach. Maybe don't point guns at people and don't suggest that pointing guns at people is a good thing to do. Let's try to create a positive perception of vegans. Let's not make posts on Facebook suggesting that it's a good thing to point a gun at someone's face as a method of encouraging behavior change. We want people to think of vegans as compassionate, strong-willed, and rational people.
So he's not saying that vegans are compassionate, strong-willed, and rational people. We want people to believe that we are strong-willed, rational people. It doesn't matter what reality is. What matters is what people perceive about reality. That's what he's really saying. Who cares what reality is? All that matters is what they perceive.
And ultimately, we want this because it will be better for the animals if people think that.
It'll be better for the animals if people think that. But hey, Humane Hancock, What if it was better for the animals if you guys all just went freaking nuts and acted like a bunch of unhinged, crazy people? What if that was better for the animals? Is that okay? If you guys were just violent, extreme psychos, unflinching, bloodthirsty psychos, and went out there and did your deeds violently, and that got the job done, would it be justified? Would it? Now, this dude seems, first of all, he seems very young, right? This guy's like 22 years old, right? Like he just started growing his little beard there. Look how he's got his little fade on his beard, catching a fade, trimming that beard up. Look at that straight cut on that beard. He's like 22 years old. He's a child.
My childhood.
He's a child. You have stolen his dreams. You have stolen the Ukrainian terrorist dreams and his childhood by discrediting him. He's young. Right? The dude is young. It's like he's young. What was it? Point Break, right? You guys remember that line? That poetic, beautiful line from Point Break? Say it, Jessica. What is it? You don't know what I'm gonna... Jessica laughs before I even say something. She's ridiculous. She's the easiest audience. She just laughs at everything. I love that. That one. It was Gary Busey. It was like, you're young, dumb, and you're full of cum. Young, dumb, full of... There it is. Keanu Reeves. This is one of the best films of all time. Point Break.
I was just laughing because
Jessica doesn't... Dude, have you seen Point Break?
Yeah, you made me watch it.
I made her watch Point Break. Do you remember... Say a line from Point Break.
No, I don't even know what it's about. It's surfing, right?
Oh!
It's something about the ocean and Keanu.
What? Johnny Utah. Oh, all right.
Hey, you're a real Blue Flame special, aren't you, son?
I thought it was Gary Busey that said
Young, dumb, and full of cum. I know. What I don't know is how you got yourself assigned out here to Los Angeles with us. I mean, hell, I guess we just must have ourselves an asshole shortage, huh?
I guess we must have ourselves an asshole shortage, huh? You're young, dumb, you're full of cum. The most awkward line in any Hollywood movie. Via con Diaz, animals. Via con Diaz, bro. Via con Diaz. Alright, we got super chats. We got super chats here. There we go. Finally. I'm just kidding. We got super chats the whole time. Zyklon Be Still and Know God, one of the top contributors to this stream, proving his status as a non-bigot, says this one's for Jessica.
Oh.
Please escape and go work in a glass tower so you can be truly fulfilled. Please, Jessica.
Thanks.
Escape. Look at her. I have her slaving away. I don't even pay her. I make her do this. She just does this all day because the patriarchy. Because patriarchy, right? All right, so $5 super chat for Jessica. She can buy herself some some beeswax for her hands that are going to be bleeding from this terrible...
My toil.
From her toil. Her hands are going to be bleeding from her hard labor, so she can buy some balm for her hands. I appreciate that one. Zyklon Be Still No God. Kobe Grimes 1234 sent in $2, says all 140 of you who aren't super chatting are bigots. That's right. And we all know there's a few. Live viewership is algorithmically determined. And so who knows how many people are actually watching? I'm going to go ahead and assume that instead of 140 people watching, that there are actually... No, wait, there's only 120 right now. Are you kidding me? Only 120?
Don't cry.
I'm going to cry. It used to be like 300 to 400. Look at this, 120. What a joke. I'm going to assume this is 1.2 billion people. Del Bridge sends a $10 super chat. Says, hey, Tristan, I relish your channel, dude. Every successful generation is more apathetic, vain, and lawless than its foreparents. Sadly, it's all an inversion of truth. Hey, man, I know you love the channel because you're always supporting, man. Del Bridge, I appreciate the super chats. I love seeing your name pop up. I love getting your input, and I appreciate it, man. I'm glad you enjoy the channel. I'm glad you support. I'm glad you're hitting them thumbs up. Via con Dios, dude. Hit the thumb up, hit the like, hit the share. Send them super chats. Let's get back to Humane Hancock. Let's finish this up. Finish up this little segment here with Mr. Humane.
And ultimately we want this because it will be better for the animals if people think that. It's been kind of disappointing that...
All right. I'm sorry, I keep pausing. It'll be better if people think that. So if people believe a lie, but it results in the outcome that he believes is the best outcome, I guess it's justified in Humane Handic's mind.
Better for the animals if people think that. It's been kind of disappointing that well-known animal rights organisations or vegan organisations haven't released statements condemning this act. Thankfully, the director of Earthlings did condemn the behaviour of the gunman and said, "We do not cause terror to awaken people to terror. Our hearts go out to all those impacted by this ordeal, to their families, as well as the authorities who ensured that no lives were lost. May we move forward with non-violence toward all."
And I think this is a great thing to say because this will make people believe that vegans are actually compassionate because all that matters is people's perceptions of us. So I suggest that you all put false statements, even if you believe that this is a great thing, even if you believe that this is what we should do, denounce it and say that it's bad and say that we are all non-violent because people will believe that this is better and people will want to become vegan because all that matters is the ultimate end result. It doesn't matter if we lie, cheat, steal, or misrepresent our true internal state and our true position. All that matters is what people believe is true. So what are you saying?
I think it would be positive for more activists to come forward and publicly condemn violence as a method for encouraging behaviour change.
Not because it's bad and it's wrong, but because he wants the behavior change. Because the ultimate result is what's important to him. All that's important is the behavior change. So the ends justify the means. He justifies it while half-assedly, fakely condemning it.
Call me crazy, but perhaps...
You're crazy. I'll call you way more than that if you want. Give me permission and I will.
Perhaps it's a good thing for the vegan movement to distance itself from acts of terror. I don't know, that's my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you're already vegan, I have videos illustrating how you can get involved in vegan activism, and I have videos giving tips on how to outreach the public effectively. You can find these videos on my channel in the playlist titled Activism Tips. If you're not currently vegan, thank you for showing an interest in my content. Please do subscribe if you want to see more. And go and watch Earthlings.
Yeah.
Seriously, go and watch Earthlings. Why are you still here? Go and watch it. Go and watch Earthlings!
So I condemn it, and then in the end, I make a joke. I make a joke about it actually working. And I express sentiment that seems to suggest that I agree with the methods. What a hypocrite. What a freaking hypocrite.